Hey, FNaF boys, FNaF boys. What you gonna
What you
do?
gonna do?
What
you gonna
when
do?
we FNaF?
Five Nights at Freddy's. 10
Whoa!
years old.
Holy, that's 10 years at Freddy's more like it.
That's a small child.
Okay, so why do you bring this up, Michael? What reason?
Because today we're looking at the lineup for the 10-year anniversary that Scott posted.
The lineup that was released a month ago. The lineup that was released. Let's take a look, folks. I will say, I didn't know that Scott had a Twitter. Is this like a Twitter repost?
So this is a new Twitter account that he made specifically for the 10-year anniversary of Scott Games FNaF. Oh, it's called FNaF-Scott Games.
I will say, I will go crazy if I'm scrolling through Twitter one day and there's like a new leak and it's like Fred Bear's Family Diner.
Dude, that would be nuts.
That'd be a whole new ball game, because I remember the Scott Games era was so fun because like of the teasers that would get posted. I'd imagine the reason that stopped is because he has so many collaborators, especially working on these games, these teams. So maybe not wanting to release something without approval upon approval upon approval upon approval. But it seems as though we're back to form, because I'm seeing a bunch of announcements for things that are going to drop.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Beginning of August is gonna be nuts. So let's take a look here and we'll dive in. Scott says, as promised, here's the planned August lineup. Now, first up, on August 1st, we have My Pop Goes full game release, which is crazy.
It's been in the making for a while, right?
Yeah, it's been in the making for at least, I believe, like a year and a half. I haven't been following the My Pop Goes production that closely, but I have been seeing stuff here and there that Kane's been posting.
I think this is the only FNaF Fanverse release that either wasn't canceled or had like a mire of controversy before it came out. Like Kane Carter is like, this is the Fanverse game.
Yeah, Kane's been very adamant about like, oh my god, Pop Goes up here. Everything else. But I don't blame him. I mean, dude's been in the middle of it this whole time.
What if the game comes out and it is... No, it's not gonna be garbage. It's not gonna be
bad.
Listen,
game.
It's a hype video. Hype video. We're hyped.
We're hyped.
Pop Goes coming out.
I'm hyped.
Fanverse has finally come to fruition.
Exactly, because my thought process behind it is that it's kind of like a Tamagotchi kind of game. Sorry, not Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi life. That's its own thing.
I know what you meant. Yeah,
that's at least my understanding of it from the little that I've seen about it, which is pretty cool. I like Tamagotchi. It's cool to finally see like a full Fanverse initiative game, besides, you know, the wretched. So that's gonna be cool to see. That's gonna be cool to see for sure. And then on August 2nd, we have the Joy of Creation remake demo. I'm so hyped for this. I've been following this one pretty closely, and the work that Nixon and his team have done, oh my god, it's been so freaking cool to see.
Michael, I haven't seen anything from this game. I feel like if we play it, we gotta have an Eric live reaction.
Eric
live corner.
We'll put like Markiplier below us, so he's reacting too.
That's great. I'm seeing here a VIP interactive novel. Do we have any idea what that means?
So I actually, oh god, I might have to go looking for it.
This is according to Talia C Productions, or Talia C Prod on r/Five Nights at Freddy's. A day ago this was released. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. The FNaF boys getting on it. We're getting on it. Yeah.
Just in time for the 10th anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's, head to the Pizzaplex in this interactive novel, which you decide what happens. Get ready for an all-new Five Nights at Freddy's experience. You, the reader, are Devin. You've won a VIP passes to the hottest place in town, Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. These all-you-can-eat, all-expenses-paid tickets are guided by digital companion, very informative pig, VIP.
Okay.
And are every kid's dreams. But does your VIP host have something more sinister in mind? With multiple endings and 2 difficulty settings, this one-of-a-kind free ebook is a uniquely entertaining experience for any Freddy fan, and the perfect way to get ready for the September 2024 launch of the interactive novel the week before. Okay. So presumably there's another one that'll be coming out, but this is just a Reddit post I saw online. It could very easily be faked.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
It seems pretty similar to like the plot of Indigo Park. There's an AI companion in there, and people are like, "Oh my god, he's evil because he's an AI," and blah blah blah.
What kind of interests me is the multiple difficulty settings. How do you do that for a book?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Looking at August 4th, Steel Wool announcement. This is like the definition of a teaser. This is like, we're going to announce something on that day.
Yeah, we're announcing the announcement, you know, it's going to go crazy.
This is interesting because, so I'm assuming this is a big game there. I don't want to get people's hopes up if it's not, but I'm saying if Scott comes out and goes, Steel Wool announcement, and doesn't tell us what the project is, like he does later in this post with the Click Team game, that implies to me that this is the next big release.
After the incredible stuff that was Security Breach, Ruin, Help Wanted 1 and 2, like, they've been working. Steel Wool has been working overtime on the FNaF franchise this past little bit. I totally forgot. It was around this time because Eric and I were at Nerdcore PartyCon, and that was right when Ruin was, I think, releasing.
Yeah, because I remember we were talking to people about the FNaF lore, and we had to like preface it by being like, all of this could be we haven't watched any of Ruin. We don't know. This could all be trash.
Little story time. Eric and I, we were Eric was like, dude, Michael, come over here. We gotta look at something. And he pulled up like the old DA Games like Sister Location song, and he was like, let's go to a deep dive and we'll see like how much of it he got right, because the song was made before the game was released. People started asking us questions about Sister Location, and we watched it like a 4-hour just crash course on the FNaF.
It was Q&A too. We were taking like live questions and responding. Now, here's the thing. I have since learned that not reading the books has severely limited my ability to speak on the FNaF lore. I don't know if, Michael, if we're gonna have like a summer, like one of those, you know when you used to like read books and log them, and you get like free pizza? By the way, Scholastic should do that for the Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
Absolutely. Freddy Fazbear Pizza? Come on.
I don't know when we're gonna get to reading the books, but until we do, I don't know if we could really, adequately be like, this is for sure the timeline.
Steel Wool announcement could be kind of really anything, I guess. It could be merch drop. It could be a new game. I'm assuming it's gonna be something big.
Yeah, I don't think it's a merch drop.
Because if it's merch, then I feel like Scott would probably announce that.
He would say like Steel Wool announcement merch, or Steel Wool
like special 10th anniversary merch, you know, coming out.
Announcement.
Coming out tonight, coming out tomorrow, coming out now. It's out. Go get it. Go buy.
It's out. It's already been out. It's been out for 3 months. So
August 5th, Scott Cawthon interview with Dawko 2.0. Now we actually have a little teaser.
Whoa! Hey! Oh, let me get in my seat here. Let me get in my seat.
Hey, you better pull up your socks so I can knock him off with this teaser. And this is from Dawko himself. The model, I don't know. I kind of like the way they did it for the first interview, where it's more in tune with the anim dude. And now he's kind of like an animatronic.
He's Anthro now.
Yeah.
I guess I should say I prefer the original, but listen, Scott, it's whatever, man.
I like the what is it, the Hex plushie?
Yeah, that looks sick. And the I mean, first of all, the little Scott Games logo
on the
laptop is slick.
And I love the Steve Raglan name card thing on his desk.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, Scott Cawthon, crazy.
It's looking pretty good. I'm wondering if this time if they'll do like more animation, because before it was just kind of like almost PNG tuber type stuff where it's just like different frames. I mean, I know that's a lot of work.
I hope that he's like a YouTuber. I hope he has
full motion tracking. But that's looking pretty cool, all in all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, because here's the thing: Scott Cawthon doesn't do interviews. He just doesn't.
Yeah,
he just doesn't do them.
That's true.
And so Dawko's like the one guy who like he'll do an interview for. Which Scott, lines open, brother. If you wanna,
hey, hit up the FNaF boys.
The interview with Dawko had a lot of really interesting insight. There were a few times that were strange. Like for instance, I think he was asked whether or not the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 ending, which one was canon.
Yeah.
What's strange is, and was he asked what's in the box?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. He declined to answer either question, even though apparently the questions were confirmed beforehand. Dawko sent him the questions and was like, are these okay to ask you? And he said yes on those questions. And then he went on to say, well, I'm not going to answer that. I do wonder if maybe now that we're in a sort of a different, I would say a different era.
Oh, yeah.
If he would be more willing to talk about the design choices of the previous games. Or maybe this is all Steel Wool era centered questions.
It could be.
And I'm down for that too. But either way, anytime Scott Cawthon is in an interview situation, we get an insight into his creative process from a person who's typically pretty secretive about this stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to.
I'm going to have to probably do like a little re-up on my FNaF 1.0 interview.
Yeah.
Before.
Dawko, we will be watching. We will be watching.
We will be there.
In spirit.
In like a crying child type spirit?
In little Eric, little Michael. August 6th. It is ? collab announcement. This is
huge.
This is huge. Yeah, I mean, what has Five Nights at Freddy's really collabed with in the past?
I think it's
I'm
mostly
assuming-
just like Funko, I guess counts.
Did they do Legos or they did some
No, they
kind of
didn't.
bricks?
McFarlane, the McFarlane bricks, whatever.
But do we think this is merch related or game related?
I think it might be game related. So what a lot of people are saying right now is it's one of two and a half things. There's two real ones that people think, and then there's like a joking one that people are like, oh. Sure. The two collabs that people think are most likely to be the case is Fortnite and Dead by Daylight, which are two collabs that the community I feel like has wanted for a long time, pretty much. Yeah. With Fortnite, it's a game where literally everyone is there, not to steal from Smash Bros, but like everyone is there pretty much. And it feels like a franchise like Five Nights at Freddy's, to have it not be represented in a game like that is a missed opportunity. Shocking, kind of, that it hasn't happened yet in the decade that Five Nights at Freddy's has been a thing.
So I never liked Fortnite, but I do appreciate what it's done for the gaming community in that it's given people tons of content with the characters that they love and allowed them to play games as characters, which is what we all wanted to do as a kid, right? Like we all wanted to play Mario 64, but we're actually Goku.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm glad that you said that actually, because I didn't even make that connection before. It goes back to like, oh, I got my Boba Fett action figure and I got my Indiana Jones, and they're gonna fight, like who would win, you know?
Yeah. Here's what I'll also say. Fortnite is free, and that's a really good thing for the gaming community. It's cross-play. That's a really good thing for the gaming community. Fortnite's done a lot, and so I'm 100%. Here's the thing. I've gotten to the age now, I think when you're younger, you're so protective of IPs, where you're like, no, this isn't a faithful recreation of what I wanted. But I think when you get older, you realize that like if Five Nights at Freddy's gets into Fortnite, that just means more people are introduced to Five Nights at Freddy's. It means more money for the franchise. It means further collaborations are going to be easier to do, presumably, because you're like, oh, we already have precedent of how this deal works, or whatever. I don't care what game Five Nights at Freddy's gets into. I don't care if Freddy Fazbear gets added to Garfield kart racing. Okay.
Yes.
I'm full sending. Dead by Daylight is going to be the more faithful one, right? We're gonna, because if we get William Afton as Springtrap, like
I think
kind of incredible.
People have been pitching. They've been making custom like fan announcement trailers and teaser images about Springtrap and Dead by Daylight, and I think it'd be a really fun killer, especially if they have like a whole map with him too. Imagine you're running around a pizzeria, you're doing the generators, you're trying not to get caught by fucking Springtrap, dude.
Dude, I might need to buy this game if they had
and his
FNaF.
Mori is like him putting you in a suit. You get like spring locked in your own suit, and then you die in there, bro.
Oh
Dude.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
It would be freaking awesome. Not to show my bias of which one I'd rather have, but you know.
I think with Fortnite you get quantity, because I'm assuming they would just do the gang and maybe Golden Freddy or Springtrap. And Dead by Daylight, you just have one character, right, who represents it, and then the map. With the map, you could do a lot with, especially because these are animatronics. You could literally have Freddy still in the pizzeria.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There is a little bit of a joke, a little bit of a goof that's been going around. Where
Garfield kart racing.
Where people are like, oh, I want Freddy Fazbear in Fortnite, and oh, I want Springtrap in Dead by Daylight, and then it cuts to like Scott Cawthon, who just signed the deal with Multiverses. And I think that's really funny. I think that'd go crazy. How does that work?
Multiverses doesn't do video games, right? They do media, animation, stuff like that.
Yeah. Warner Bros. That's like the whole thing, right? Is that it's like the Warner Bros. Or Warner Bros. Adjacent kind of IPs that they can get their hands on.
But Warner Bros. Doesn't own FNaF in any sense, right? I think.
Right. Yeah.
Who
but
made
you
the
know,
FNaF movie?
It was Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
Yeah. So what they could do is they could strike a deal with Blumhouse maybe for one of the movie adaptations of the characters, and toss him in there with Jason Voorhees and Bugs Bunny, you know?
Or I'm sure with enough legal stuff, you can, I mean, Smash Bros. Got Sora with the Mickey Mouse chain on his, okay, you can find a way. That one actually might be the one I'm most hyped for, just because I think it matches the, like, goofiness of the franchise the most.
I'd be excited for any of those. Honestly, like, that question mark collab announcement, it's gonna go crazy.
On the 7th, August 7th, we have 5 Laps at Freddy's by Click Team. This is gonna be the demo, not the full release. So I'm assuming this is what we saw in that hiring call or something. It was like, we need people to work on this stuff, and it showed a picture of, I think, was it Lolbit? Or
I think so. I think it was Lolbit in like a checker.
Flashing on screen.
Yeah, there it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Awesome.
Whoa! There were theories about what it was. If that is in fact a game and not just a custom render that was made for that post,
Yeah.
it's probably 5 laps at Freddy's. And I gotta say it, Kart Racer, Five Nights at Freddy's, we will be playing.
Fire.
We will be playing.
Fire. If you think about it, it was kind of teased all the way back in Security Breach. Because they had those little animations on like the big, oh god, the like pillar type things, where it showed like Glamrock Freddy, Glamrock Chica, Roxanne, and Monty. They were in like a little kart racer game.
I guess I'm wondering, are the races gonna be 5 laps? Like, I'm assuming they are, right?
I feel like I kind of have to be. That's pretty cool. Like,
That's a strange one, because how big are these maps gonna be?
I feel like it might just be a purely like cosmetic change, and it might not affect how long the races last. Because if this is 5 laps of full on like Mario Kart level areas, we might be there for a while.
Yeah, it might be best for Click Team also to, I mean, I'm not trying to rag on anybody. I'm saying Nintendo had a very hard time developing Mario Kart to its fullest extent, having these broad maps, having a little more smaller scale, but keeping like 5 laps to kind of keep everyone together and sort of hectic. I gotta wonder, like, there's so many questions I have. What are the characters we're gonna be able to play as?
Yeah.
Are we getting like FNaF world? Like, is this Adventure Freddy, or like what are we? The items? I'm assuming I'm assuming a slice of pizza is just gonna be like a mushroom, basically, like a boost.
Yeah, like what are the items? If there's gonna be items at all, I'm assuming there will be. Like, what are those gonna look like? What are the lore implications for this? Is this a game in universe?
What if Freddy like gets a certain thing, maybe like a party hat, and he becomes Golden Freddy and becomes invincible, like it's the Mario Star?
They're the cards.
We will be playing.
Yes, yes.
100%
Absolutely.
will be playing.
Gone are the days of Mario Kart parties. It's gonna be 5 laps at Freddy's.
5 laps at Freddy's.
5 beers at Freddy's.
Are we getting a Midnight Motorist map?
Dude, that would be insane.
It's like, what if we like drive by like the grave of whoever that was? You're driving through the sister location.
Yeah.
You see a man getting scooped.
You see the two technicians hanging from the ceiling. Hey, look at those guys.
They're little stage houses. They swing down like action.
I don't know, because if it's Click Team, because Click Team only works in 2D spaces, so I'm very curious about how they're gonna handle this. At least, like,
I don't know.
If they're in their own engine, that is. You know.
Who knows?
I'm excited though. I'm very excited for that. But you know what I might be more excited for?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
What happens on August 8th? Now you know what happens on August 8th, Eric.
Yeah, of course I know what happens on August 8th. See, on August, for those of you who don't know,
on
August 8th, Into the Pit releases. The next Five Nights at Freddy's complete game releases on August 8th. That is wild. This is a very strange game from the trailers. It's a different approach. It is not your typical FNaF game.
Completely different style, completely different gameplay, different era of FNaF even that hasn't been explored in the games at all, and that's only been talked about in the book. It's been looking pretty good. Like, even in comparison of the first trailer and I think the most recent trailer, they cleaned it up a lot still.
What I think is interesting is that the context of when this is releasing, the 10th anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's, is this going to be a thing that kind of is standalone and its own thing, but it's a big deal, and so that's why it releases on the 10th anniversary? Like, it's Scott's like big project that he's really proud of, and he's like, for the 10th anniversary, I'm releasing it. Or is it going to be a little more anniversary themed? Are we going to travel throughout the franchise and see the different eras that we've gone through in the stories of these games over the past 10 years? I guess, is this like a really good movie releasing in honor of the 10th anniversary, or is this like a movie centered around the fact that this is the 10th anniversary? Yeah. We're gonna see where we've gone. I don't know. Either way, obviously super excited and very intrigued as to why Into the Pit was chosen, because for me, when I think of Into the Pit, I don't think of like, that's quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a unique choice, which makes me think that they have something, they're cooking something in there that they're really, really proud of.
With the aspect of the time traveling ball pit, you have a lot of opportunities to use that to go to different eras of Five Nights at Freddy's and kind of just fuck around in there a little bit, you know? Just
Dude, are we thinking like, because I know right now everyone's talking about Fall Fest, you know, have you heard about Fall Fest? Like,
I don't believe so, actually.
So right now, basically where the theorizing fandom is they're looking forward to Fall Fest. And there's been teasers about it throughout, like Security Breach, all this stuff about like there was a carnival event type deal the Freddy's franchise was a part of. And presumably, at least from the theories I've read, there was a great fire at Fall Fest. It was like an event, some tragic part of the history of the franchise. A lot of people believe that that's where we're going to next, that where the franchise is heading is backwards towards this event that we had never heard of before, Fall Fest. And so I'm wondering, maybe Into the Pit, maybe you go through the ball pit, and maybe for like a little bit, he peeks his head up and there's a little carnival in the background, then he goes back down, he comes back up, and he's in a different place. Just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, this is they did it in Avengers, man.
Yeah.
Go back in time and we go through the glory days with us. Let us see the things that have transpired.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because what they could end up doing too is like Nexus points for things that have happened, like definitive things like Bite of 87, stuff like that. We might set those things into motion.
Yeah. Wow. You did the Bite of 87? You were the Bite of 87? You were the missing child incident?
I was the missing child the whole time.
We were the missing children.
The FNaF boys, missing children.
We have this lineup. It looks pretty stacked.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's in, listen, first week of August, we are eating.
Oh,
FNaF
yeah.
fans. We're eating.
No one is going hungry in the first week of August.
Including us. Because we, once again, will be watching and we will be playing. We will be playing.
What's up, guys? Editing Michael here. I just wanted to pop in here and say that during this video, we actually pitched an idea where we would stream every single day that there was something new going on for the 10-year anniversary. Now, certain things have developed since the recording of this video, where I actually got a job doing security. So I'm probably going to be too busy playing FNaF in real life to actually be able to stream every single day that the 10-year anniversary stuff is going on. But we would like to do either a few live streams where we do a couple of the 10-year anniversary things per stream, or just record some videos on our own of us doing it and then we edit that. So yeah, sorry to say, 8 streams with FNaF boys. Unfortunately, it probably just won't be able to happen just because Eric and I are pretty busy, and yeah, I'm too busy being Mike Schmidt in real life. So yeah. And now, back to your regularly scheduled FNaF Boys outro.
All right. Well, listen, folks. You've heard the man. Big things coming in the future.
A lot of content.
Think,
a lot of content coming out.
I think we're ready to clock out. I think our shift is done here.
I think. Oh, you guys hear that? Oh, that's the 6 a.m. bell. It means it's time for us to go ahead and punch our card and go home for the night.
Yeah. Thank you for spending the night with FNaF boys.
The FNaF boys. We will see you in the next shift. Take care, everybody.